Hey guys, welcome to Abide Ministries. I'm Josh O'Donnell, founder of this nonprofit up here in Alaska. We exist to serve Christian leaders in Alaska and really all over the nation. We work with missionaries and we work with married couples. We work with nonprofits. We work with senior pastors, elders, lay leaders. And really what we do is we facilitate a journey of discovering the greater story that God laid out for our lives. I know many of us live our lives with a chasm existing between what God says to be true about our life and what our experiences are. And things like you're holy and blameless, yet our experience says we carry shame. You're my adopted son, yet we live as though we're orphans. And the reality is that while we know in our minds and believe in our hearts that these things are true, our experiences are keeping us from actually letting God's truth be our experience. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in this chasm of life that keeps us separated. And the Spirit's job, John 16, is to be our counselors, to guide us into all truth. And yet, so often we live our lives with everything to prove, everything to lose, and everything to gain, and that's not the rest that God offers us. Matthew 11:28, Jesus says, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden," and essentially He's the one that gives us rest for our souls. He's the one that's gentle and humble to learn from, and He says in John 15, "Abide in me, and I in you, and you'll bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing." And yet so much of our lives are spent with this chasm of going, I can't trust that you're going to provide in this outcome. I gotta take this because my whole life I've had to do things myself, or I've had to make things happen, or man, if people really knew who I was, they would think I'm a fraud, or if people really saw behind the mask, they know that I'm not good enough, or whatever else. All these things that exist in this chasm. Our job is to help you discover through the role of the Holy Spirit those truths, that the Ephesians 1 opening the eyes of our hearts will begin to take place, and we begin to lead from a place of rest and freedom, and we begin to live out the greater story that God has predestined us to live out before the foundations of the world. And so our desire is that we help you come to a place of leading from that abiding relationship and that abiding love of Christ, and not just in theory, but in practical application. So we walk with leaders about 90 minutes a week for 12, 14 weeks. We have a bunch of follow-up, and we walk with you and we journey with you. We're not just giving you a bunch of homework and leaving you alone. We really take a vested interest, and we also do this free of charge. And so we rely on the generous donors that have been contributing to this ministry, and we hope to expand and be able to bring more people on. The need is ever present in the amount of people that are needing this and desiring this. And so if this is you, please get a hold of us. You can email us, you can call us, and we would love to connect with you and really just offer this to you. We don't want anything from you other than you to live out your calling. And so let us wash your feet as you continue to lead and run ministries and run businesses and lead families and whatever else God has already set out before you to do. We just want to help you do it from a place of rest. So get a hold of me and look forward to connecting with you.